I'm back. I got some of these like snap peas chips things from Costco. It's so yummy. You want one, Hermes? Hold on. This one looks salty. Let me lick the salt off. Can't give my dog a lot of salty food. It's not a super salty snack, so it should be okay. Here you go. Go on. Yeah. Yummy. You like it? You like the texture? You good? Okay. That's the only one you get. Just one. Okay, so let me move this over. I think we already saved. Okay, let's go back. The door to Winnebags. It's open. And the lamp is burning. It must be Gina, mustn't it? Let us hope it's nothing more sinister. What? Come, there's not a moment to lose. Clearly something is afoot inside. There's no one here. Oh, yes, there is. Thank you for the welcome back. I appreciate it. Snacks! Ah! Mr. Sholmes! Mr. Sholmes! What the? Has Sholmes been shot? Leave me, Mr. Naruhodo. But after them, go! Right. Blast! I've lost them. What we got? Oh, we got these snap pea chip things from Costco. They look like they're shaped like edamame, but it's all like puffy kind of chip. Hello, hello, what have we here? I forgot. That was the main character's name. The alarm was just raised from this pawnbroker, sir. Would you know something about that? Officer, come with me. It's my friend, Mr. Sholmes. He's been shot. Shot? Kinda want some. It's delicious. We are framed again. I don't think we'll be framed again. With the policeman close behind me, I ran back to Winnebags.
Mr. Sholmes!
Mr. Naruto!
How bad is it? Never mind me, but there's much at stake. Behind that door. In the storeroom. Hurry!
They killed the pawnbroker. And Gina.
It's Gina!
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is just a repeat. I'm not gonna read it again. Behind that door. In the store. Oh, this is a repeat too. Oh no, she's holding a gun. But it wasn't her. From that moment, Windibank's pawnbrokery became a crime scene. Everything that followed happened in a whirlwind of activity. The arrival of the police, the preliminary investigation of the scene, and the questioning. No, she was probably framed. Because 2 people were there that ran out. I don't think you saw, but they were silhouetted and they shot Sholmes too. It was just before dawn, before I was allowed back to my lodgings at 22-1B. Sorry, I was coughing. Gina's gonna take the fall if we don't help her. Of course we'll help her. Oh, Iris. A telegram came, but all it said was, "Wait at home." Oh yes, we asked one of the policemen to have it sent. It was simply impossible to come back. When I woke up, I was all alone. Hurley and Ginny were gone. Everyone was gone. Crunchy yums. Sorry for all the snacking noises. What happened, Runo? Poor Iris, she's trembling. She's obviously trying very hard not to let herself get too worried. I'll explain everything that I know. Something awful has happened, hasn't it? Yes, I'm afraid so. I'm sorry to have to tell you this, Iris, but Mr. Windibank is dead. He was shot. We discovered it in the early hours of the morning. Oh, yes, I had a feeling. You did? Well, I saw all of those police carriages pulling up outside his shop. So I knew something must have happened there. When we entered Windibank's in the small hours, we disturbed a gang of 2 thugs. They ran out into the street and I chased after them, but they got away. So, it was one of them who shot old Mr. Windibank, I suppose. I don't know, but that's not what the police believe at the moment. Oh, why not? They've arrested someone else as their prime suspect, you see. Gina. Ginny? But why? Well, the thing is... No, Ginny wouldn't do something like that. I know. None of us think she did it. Then why have they arrested her? I'm sorry, there was nothing I could do. Let's do Gina's arrest, since it's just following. I don't understand why they arrested Ginny. It's not fair. What about the 2 thugs that were at the scene? Why aren't they the prime suspects? After all, they shot Hurley dead, didn't they? No, I mean, Mr. Sholmes isn't dead, Iris. This is all so horrible. The thing is, Mr. Windibank was found on the floor in the storeroom, where he keeps all the deposited articles, and the storeroom door was locked from the inside. I see. But he wasn't alone in there. Ginny was found next to him on the floor as well. Oh no! And according to the detectives who investigated afterwards. Don't tell me. There was no one else in the room? Yes, exactly. How did you know? It's the only explanation. Yes, the only explanation indeed.
What do you mean by that, Bruno? Well,
What can I say? I'm damned if I agree, damned if I don't. I said if we don't help her, I mean we got to hurry or else. I know. We're helping. Don't worry, we're helping. The game can only go so fast, you know?
so where's Hurley then? Is he still investigating the scene? He really ought to have some breakfast. It's not good for him to miss meals.
I don't want you to worry, Iris, but I have some news about Mr. Sholmes.
What is it? What, Hermes? You want another chip?
You want another chip? Hold on. Let me make sure this one doesn't have salt on it. You gotta do a trick for me. Yeah, is this what you're looking at? You're looking at this chip? Yeah. Can I get a paw? Good paw. Can I get a picture? No, that's your paw. Can I get a picture? Good picture. There you go. Yeah, you're such a good boy. Good picture, Hermes. He was taken to the hospital this morning.
What?
Well, when we entered Windibanks, a gun was fired and he took a bullet.
Hurley was shot? No.
It's all right. His life isn't in danger.
Really? Are you sure? Where is he? Which hospital?
He's at St. Sinner's. They're tending to him there.
I must see him. At once.
I'm sorry, Iris, but you can't.
Why not? That's not fair. I'm a family member. I should be allowed.
No, I mean, nobody can see him at the moment. He's not allowed any visitors. They're preparing to operate, you see.
To operate? Oh, poor Hurley.
It was the two thugs who were in Mr. Windibank's shop. They shot Mr. Holmes when we disturbed them, you see. It was pitch black inside the shop at the time. My mind went totally blank, I'm afraid. I just froze. After them, go! After that, I ran out into the street, but... well, they were long gone. I shouldn't have hesitated. I'm so sorry. It's my fault. I let them get away.
I think that's a very good thing.
Sorry?
Well, if you'd seen which way they went and chased after them, you might have been shot as well, Runo. On top of everything else, I couldn't bear that.
Oh, Iris.
Where's Susie, Runo?
She's still at the police station.
Oh, why?
I expect she's still being questioned. The police said they wouldn't be finished for a while.
Why aren't you there then?
Well, I didn't get a good look at the criminals anyway, so they weren't questioning me for long, and Miss Susato stayed behind at the scene to tend to Mr. Sholmes, so they didn't get started until later.
Ah, I see.
Besides, one of us had to come back to be with Iris. I'm glad Inspector Gregson agreed to me leaving early.
You should have let me know and I would have come to the station.
I'm afraid I'll need to go out again now, Iris. There's not much I can do at the moment, but I can at least try to find out how Mr. Sholmes and Gina are getting on.
I want to go too. Take me with you, Runo. I can't stand just sitting around here waiting.
I'm not sure how I feel about taking a 10-year-old child to the scene of a murder. But I don't want to leave her all alone here either. Alright then, Iris. Perhaps you can help me.
Oh yes, I'd love to.
Gina's at the prison. Mr. Sholmes is probably in his hospital bed.
And don't forget, we have to visit the crime scene. We need to conduct a thorough investigation.
Ah, I can see you're ready for action. I imagine Iris would appreciate going to the hospital sooner rather than later. Okay, 1 second. I need to cough. Okay. Let's see here. I don't think we need to examine anything, do we? Like here? Not really. I feel like this is just their office stuff. Let's go to hospital first. That's important.
Hurley! Oh! He's not here!
No, that's strange. The nurse definitely said he was in the bed by the window, didn't she?
Oh, I know what's probably happened. Hurley was being a big baby, and the bullet wound wasn't that bad after all, so he's been sent home.
I'm not so sure about that. Maybe or not. There's no question that it was a fairly serious injury that Mr. Sholmes suffered.
Oh. Hello, what have we here?
It's the police officer.
This ward is off limits, no visiting. So what are you doing in here, ah? Well, I'll have you know, we're Hurley's next of kin. Oh, well, begging your pardon then, ma'am. Sir. Yeah, bud? Why are you underneath the table? Lay down. Lay down.
All the way. Don't beg for food. I know that's what you're doing.
A little lady and a curious Eastern gentleman, the great mystery solver as a mysterious family.
If that's how you see us, sure.
Where is he, Constable? Where's Hurley? I believe he is currently in the operating theater, ma'am, undergoing an extensive operation. Extensive? It has been several hours since we went in. Oh dear, is he going to be alright? Well, it doesn't appear to be working, you see. The anesthetic, that is. Oh. I have heard a report that the gentleman claims he may have had a little too much to drink last night. Coffee, that is. Anyway, I think it would be fair to assume that he won't be back here for several hours yet.
I see. Thank you, Constable. Perhaps we should leave and come back later.
Oh, poor Hurley. Yes, Hermes, what are you doing? Why are you just under the table?
Just chillin'. I'm not gonna give you any more. I already gave you 2. Don't give me that face. I think Iris has been with Sholmes for like several years now at this point. Because her father got sent away, so I think she was entrusted to Sholmes's care. I think. Hello, Gina. Then she should know how mischievous Shons can be. I mean, true, but also, I mean, he did get shot, so it's not like he's just gone because he wants to be.
Oh, you still have the grenade launcher Hurley and I made.
I wish you wouldn't point it at me all the time, though. What are you here for?
Jenny.
I know, how did she manage to bring a gun? They should have searched her and put that away, but who knows? Maybe they did things differently back in the past. I have a feeling it's because of us that you've ended up in trouble. So we were thinking that we might be able to help you.
Well, you can't.
Sorry?
You get lost. Don't be like that, Jenny. I know you didn't do it. You never shoot someone. I just know you wouldn't.
You think you know me? Pull the other one.
Oh. You ain't got the first idea about the likes o' me. I'm a thief. I pinch people's purses when they're walking down the street. That's how I get by.
Don't get me. One of the characters managed to pull wine out of their butts in one of the original trilogy. Wait, really? I don't remember wine out of the butt. That's weird.
And if I saw me chance, I'd sneak into a pawn shop any day of the week. Just to see what I could lay me ends on. Get it? That's the kind of person I am. But Jenny. I'll be in court tomorrow, they said. Some cove came by and before and said he'd be a lawyer for me or the like. Said it was my right or something. But I told him to get stuffed. I don't need no lawyer. I don't need no one.
She couldn't be staring at me any more obviously if she tried. I did action, but I played it like years ago. I don't remember anything that happened in it anymore, so I honestly don't remember. Like, truly, I don't remember.
Why are you being like this, Jenny?
I don't understand, Gina. Why did you send the public defender away?
He wanted me to sign some papers. Representation papers or something like that. It's all gonna be rigged anyway, the whole trial. They'll pin it on me because I'm a kid. That's what grown-ups always do. Why do you think that? Because that's how it's always been for me growing up in the back slums me whole life. If you do what the grown-ups tell ya, it'll get your mates dragged off by the coppers. Or worse. I've had it happen to me before and all. Been sold out and nearly snaffled on the back of it.
Well, it's a good thing I didn't spoil who pulled the line. You need to replay them if you want. It's an impressive in terms of story. I will eventually replay it, I'm sure. I do plan to make my way through the game again on stream, eventually. But, I think we need to space out the more story-heavy games. Just so it's not, like, so overwhelming. Because we have Crisis Core, we have Xenoblade, and we also have Great Ace Attorney, and that's a lot of story to have to go through and remember.
You can't trust no one, that's the point. Soon as you do, you're gone to grass, dead.
Gina, listen. If you like, in tomorrow's trial, I could... Forget it.
Jenny, don't you trust Runo?
Nah, I don't.
Look, I'll ask you nicely now. Just leave me alone.
I'm somewhat with Gina because there are a lot of people you can't trust. I mean, it happens, but I mean, we've proven that we're quite trustworthy and that we do our best to like protect and serve our clients. So I don't know why some characters we thought we can trust. I don't know what that means. Please don't say anymore. Will you tell us what happened, Gina? Last night at the pawnbrokers.
There's nothing to tell.
I figure it'd pay me, so I broke into the place and started going through the storeroom. But the old bloke walked in on me and you know the rest. You get what I mean by trusting people. It's hard. I do. I just don't want you to accidentally spoil something about the trilogy, because at this point, it's pretty far removed in my memory that I don't remember much about the trilogy, so it would be like I was playing it fresh. So I really don't want anyone to say anything about it to me.
But why, Ginny? Why would you do that?
Ain't it obvious? The place is full of stuff I could sell for a shilling or two.
Diving ain't easy, you know. It's a lot of work, and half the time, you don't even get nothing.
No worries, Action. You're all good. Is that really why you broke into the place? What? Are you sure the true reason wasn't something else?
Oh, give it a rest. What'd be the point anyway? Nothing I could say would make a blind bit o' difference. Please tell us, Ginny. We'll believe you, whatever it is.
Believe me, don't be daft.
You can't be believing nothing. Everyone lies all the time.
And you know what?
When it comes to liars, I'm the biggest o' the lot. I've told some unforgivable lies. I have... What do you mean by that? What unforgivable lies?
The more impressive the story, I should give the original trilogy a try when I get to them. And I'm using a guide. I fear failing. I mean, from what I remember, I don't remember it being that hard. I think the game pretty much guides you to the correct answer most of the time. At least I don't remember ever being stuck on like anything in the original, but I did play it years ago, so maybe there were hard parts that I'm just not remembering. Who knows? What did you mean before, Gina? When you said you were the biggest liar of the lot? Why don't you tell us what these unforgivable lies you've told are? Maybe we can help. Sorry. We're out of time. They're gonna want to question me now.
Ginny, please.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to give you this, something to remember me by.
A photographic print of a really adorable cat.
I found it in one of the pockets of this coat. Ain't no point me having it. I wonder what a little photograph like that was doing in a pocket of that overcoat. Anyway, don't bother coming again. Bye. Oh, Ginny.
Okay, so we... Does this mean we can go back or no? Currently in surgery, so we can't visit. Maybe we can go check the pawnbrokery. I would say the original story is pretty much the same as this game. Leads you to the right answer mostly, but every now and then it's kind of tricky and they'll say something like, there's a clear contradiction here. And I'm just like, there is? Oh, yeah. Like the couple of times it caught me and I was like, what do you mean? I don't get it.
This is where it happened then, last night.
That's right. The two thugs I told you about were obviously ransacking the place, looking for valuables.
But apart from the policeman in here, you wouldn't know anything had happened. There's no sign of a disturbance.
No, you're right about that, actually.
In fact, if anyone, it's the police who seem to be the ones doing the ransacking.
I know what you mean. They're like a gang of organized criminals all dressed in black.
Oi, I heard that.
Oh, it's Gregson. Never mind. Oh, Inspector, good morning. I suppose I ought to thank you for your vigilance last night. We got to the scene before it was disturbed, at least. Shame you let the two rogues get away, mind. Yes, I'm sorry about that.
I thought you'd assign extra men to the beat around here, Gregsy. Now look what's happened. Hurley's been injured because there weren't enough police on duty.
Ah! Your ladyship! No one told me you were coming.
I expect you to take full responsibility for what happened to Hurley and see he has the very best medical care.
Of course, your ladyship. The very best doctors in the capital are tending to him as we speak.
And I don't think it's Runo's fault that the rogues managed to get away, is it? Chasing criminals is the police's job.
Absolutely, your ladyship. As you say, ma'am. As you say. The gent in black is totally blameless. Everyone's in agreement about that. Would you believe it? He's like a completely different person with Iris. Talk about a personality change. Oh, where are me manners? Are you thirsty, your ladyship? Perhaps you'd like some juice, some nice, refreshing fruit juice?
Oh, why? Are you thirsty, Gregsy? I have some of my special herbal tea with me if you'd like some.
Oh, what a cute thermos. I love it. Look. Ah, lovely. Ta very much. That really hit the spot, your ladyship. I don't even recognize him like this. This man. So, how is the investigation going, Inspector? Nothing to it, really. Very simple case, this. There's some very definitive evidence. We're just about to charge that diver we arrested last night, in fact. Gina? You're going to charge her? That's right. Should be able to bring her before the judge at the Bailey tomorrow.
Definitive evidence, you say? What is it? Come on, show me.
Your ladyship, as much as I wish I could oblige you, I'm afraid.
Ah, I see. You've already captured the pair of thugs who broke in here last night, have you?
What the?
And you're going to put them on the stand as witnesses, are you?
How could you? How could you possibly know that?
I had a feeling, that's all.
Remind me never to try to keep a secret from Iris. So, you've arrested the two men who shot Mr. Sholmes, have you? Well, yes, they were rounded up pretty quickly by the lads on the beat. And Miss Lestrade is being held at the prison? She should be. That's assuming she hasn't lifted the key from the jailer, of course. Can you tell us anything about Mr. Sholmes? What's his condition? Sorry, I'm not at liberty to divulge that information. Scotland Yard matters are strictly confidential.
Well, I know he's being operated on at St. Sinner's. Why can't I see him? I'm family, you know.
I'm terribly sorry, your ladyship. It's the hospital's policy. No visit at all.
Oh!
The bullet must have hit an... Oh, sorry. The bullet must have hit an artery in his midriff. He's lost a fair bit of blood.
Oh no!
He didn't seem too bad in the first hour or so, but a hemorrhage like that is enough to make even the one and only Sholmes pipe down. Mr. Sholmes is a human like the rest of us, you know. Well, anyway, he's having emergency surgery right now. They've got to stop that bleeding.
But he will be alright, won't he? They'll be able to make him better?
Oh, of course, your ladyship. He'll be right as rain before you know it.
Really? How do you know?
How do I... Oh, well, because of course. Yes, because Mr. Sholmes is such a great detective, that's why. We'd better pray the doctors have a better grasp of what's needed to make someone well again.
Oh dear. Please don't die, Hurley.
I'll report to your ladyship the moment I hear he's out of the operating theater. I couldn't help noticing, Inspector. What? Out with it, Sunshine. Well, there seems to be a marked difference between the way you talk to me and Iris. Watch the sauce, Sonny. I'm a copper. We don't go in for favoritism.
But he's right. You do treat us differently.
It's 'cause of those Adventures of Sherlock Sholmes stories, that's why. Oh. I crop up in 'em, don't I, Inspector Tobias Gregson?
Oh, well, yes, because you're an acquaintance of Hurley's.
What did you write about the Inspector, Iris?
I don't remember, really.
It was one of Sholmes' lines. Gregson is the smartest of the Scotland Yarders, is how he put it. Ah, I see. Okay. I see, that's why. Okay. I get it.
Oh, did I write that?
And you know what that one line did for me, huh? The very next month, my pay doubled. Doubled, I tell you. Oh, that's amazing. All because everyone at the yard reads them. They read all the Sherlock Sholmes stories. They've even set up a fan club for me.
Of course, that explains everything. It was around that time you became such a toady to me.
Can you blame me? All it'd take is one bad word from you and Sholmes could change his tune about me. Gregson? No, the great detective will say. He's getting quite overrated these days. Think what would happen to my salary if that came out in print, huh? The whole thing gives me the willies. I can't tell you how many nights of sleep I've lost worrying about it.
But that would never happen, Gregsy.
Every month when the new Rants magazine comes out, my hands are trembling as I turn the pages.
Oh, how awful for you. Here, have some of my tea to settle your nerves.
Look, 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 look. Ah, lovely. Very much. That really hit the spot, your ladyship. Tea? Total. Oh yeah, there's something I was supposed to talk to you about actually, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, what is it? I've got an important message for you. I clean forgot about it until now. An important message? I wonder what it could be. Also, like... Sorry, I just clicked my mouth because I realized that I must have disconnected from stream at some point because it's saying this current session is only 40 minutes long, but I started stream like 2 hours ago. Okay, anyways, I wonder why it is not counting the what I started with. Oops, hold on, where are my videos? Yep, okay, there it is. Now I gotta have 2 split videos and I hate that so much. Also, did Susato go to meet the Lord Chief Justice? Because she was supposed to meet him in the morning, no? Are you going to tell me what this important message is then, Inspector? Yeah, it's about that young lady who's normally by your side, your assistant.
Dear Susie, is she alright?
She's at the station, isn't she? Being questioned, I believe. Nope, not anymore. She had to head off. Oh yes, yeah, to the Chief Justice. I had clicked out for a moment, so I didn't even realize this was a new stream. Me either! I just noticed that it said like 42 minutes, and I'm like, I have not been streaming for that small amount of time. I've been streaming like all night. Head off? Where? To Lord Strongheart's office, of course. He summoned her. Ah, yes, of course. I'd forgotten about that. One of the whipstocks took her there in a yard carriage after we'd finished questioning her. But she asked us to tell you she didn't have the fare for the return journey and to go to meet her there. She's got a nerve using Scotland Yard as a bloomin' messaging service. I see. Well, thank you for passing that on, Inspector.
Why did Susie have to go see the Lord Chief Justice?
She didn't tell me. But I'd better head over to the Lord Chief Justice's office to fetch her straight away. Will we learn why she went to go talk to him? Yes. No matter how many times I come here, I always get the same sense of oppressiveness somehow.
Do you think the place is oppressive? I think it's normal.
How so?
I mean, look at that suit of armor over there. You can't take that seriously, can you?
Maybe it thinks the same about you. So, everything is clear with regard to tomorrow's arrangements, I trust. Yes, thank you very much. I assume it's those two talking. There they are, Susato-san and Lord Strongheart.
I wonder what they're talking about. They both look very serious. Hello, Apple. How are you? Te quiero. Welcome in. I love you as well. I hope you're having a good evening.
Welcome, welcome, Apple. Very good. There is nothing further to discuss. You may return to your lodgings.
How's the night?
It's going well. I had a bad day, because I had to get my blood drawn, and it was a very traumatizing experience. But I mean, other than that, I'm good. So what about you? How are you doing, Apple? How was your day today? No doubt you have much to do in preparation for your return to your homeland. She's going back? Wait, what did he just say? Your return to your homeland. Susato-san!
Oh, Mr. Naruhodo.
What was all that about? Ah, Mr. Naruhodo, thank you for coming to collect your colleague. Blood needles are bigger than normal needles. Exhausting got locked out of my apartment earlier. Oh no, that also sounds like you had a bad day. No, so, I mean, regardless of the size, I would have been very scared by the needles anyways. But, the nurse, whatever, tech, stabbed my left arm, couldn't get blood out, so she stabbed my right arm, couldn't get blood out, and I was telling her, like, yeah, the last time someone tried to get blood from me, they had to do it from the top of my hand because she was like, how much water did you drink? And I'm like, lady, my appointment was at noon, and I was so hungry, like, all I did was drink water today. So if my veins aren't plump enough, like that is not my problem. Like I drank so much water because I was so hungry. I was trying to blame it on me saying I was dehydrated. So yeah, they took blood from the top of my hand instead. Not before sticking me twice in the elbow, in the inside of my elbow, you know, but whatever. I have special magnet key and the lock wouldn't respond. Oh, that's terrible. Did you have to talk to like your leasing office or landlord? Cowabunga time! How are you? Good evening. I hope you're having a good night tonight. Thanks for coming in and stopping by. What's this all about? Why were you talking about Miss Susato's return to her homeland? And tomorrow? No, it worked eventually. Gotcha. Okay, well that's good. But that's still concerning that it didn't work at first.
Tomorrow? But what about Ginny's trial?
You mean she's been formally charged now? Oh dear. Susato, we need to have a conversation here. What's going on? Why are you being so secretive about this? Miss Susato, what's all this about? Oh, please don't concern yourself, Mr. Naruhodo. It's only me going back to Japan. Your life here can continue just as— That's not what I asked! What happened? Why are you leaving? It's my father. He's fallen ill. Oh, okay. Okay, I get it. Okay. I'm sorry. I was being selfish.
Oh no!
Professor Mikotoba? If I may. Yes, sorry? You must be the defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, I believe. Yes, that's right. My name is Eugene Mikotoba. I'm a professor of forensic medicine at Yumei University. We received an international telegram from the Empire of Japan informing us of the news. 10 days ago, Father collapsed with a fever. The cause is apparently unknown, and it seems he grows weaker day by day. I don't believe it. As you are aware, the voyage from here to your country's capital, Tokyo, takes some 50 days. Damn, that is a long ass time. They did say it was like 2 months on the boat, right? 1 second. Can you imagine taking 50 days to get anywhere nowadays? Damn, air travel has made such a luxury so accessible. Crazy. Thank you for the hydrate time. I appreciate it. And the posture check. I thought it would be prudent to hasten Miss Susato's departure as much as possible. Yes, absolutely. I will leave London first thing tomorrow morning. I can't believe this is happening. So Gina has been charged? She'll have to appear in court? Yes, she was formally charged a few hours ago, and the date of the trial has already been set for tomorrow. No, not even 24 hours later! Gina. Ah, the Lestrade girl in the murder of the Baker Street pawnbroker. Yes. Guess she's not gonna help us with this last case. I know, that'll be so sad! Also, thank you, Time, very much for the hydrate and the posture check. I have adjusted my posture. I have hydrated. Thank you very much. I definitely needed that. An all too conspicuous case. The pickpocket was clearly disturbed mid-robbery and shot the man in a panic. No, the yard is overstretched as it is without wasting time on these open and shut cases.
It's not wasting time. Ginny would never do something like that.
Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, yes, Lord Strongheart. In deference of your fine services to date, I shall overlook this young girl's insolence. Oh, thank you, Time. I think you're awesome too. I appreciate it. But I have no recollection of admitting a child into my office. Leave. Now. Of course, Lord Strongheart. Criminals will tell the most palpable lies in order to evade justice. The police can ill afford the time it takes to unravel all their untruths. Meanwhile, more crimes are perpetrated. We have a far more serious matters with which to contend. Serious matters? Didn't Gregson mention something like that yesterday? Yes, Inspector Gregson made a similar remark yesterday. It's no concern of yours, though I'm sure I need not remind you of that. "3 minutes precisely until my next meeting. You must excuse me." There's just one more thing, Lord Strongheart. Which is? It's Miss Lestrade's trial. I wonder if you might permit me to defend her. A timely suggestion. Sorry? The girl currently has no representation.
But that's not fair. Yes, she may be a pickpocket, but she still deserves a fair trial. Time says night-night. Don't let the bedbugs bite. Time, good night. Thank you so much for stopping by. As always, I enjoy your company. I love when I see you around. Show, thank you so much for tucking Time in. Good night, Time. Sleep tight. Don't let the bedbugs bite. I'll see you around. Bye now.
Do not misunderstand me, young lady. The government provides for those too poor to afford representation with a public defender. The accused need only sign the relevant paperwork and a defense barrister will be assigned to the case. However, the young girl in question has refused that right. Why would she do that? A question you would do well to direct at Miss Lestrade. Well, we know why. She says she can't trust adults. You'll find her at the local prison. Yes, thank you. Now then, it's time I was leaving. Good day to you. What a day. Gina charged with murder? Susato-san about to leave? Come, Mr. Naruhodo. Iris, we must make haste.
But, Susie, you're leaving for Japan tomorrow morning, aren't you? Don't you have packing and things to do? As Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant, my personal circumstances are of no consequence. My sole purpose remains to help you in whatever way I can.
Thank you, Miss Susato. That's a very pensive look.
I think we ought to visit Gina first. In any case, I should like to wish her well before I leave. Yes, that sounds like a good idea. Let's go!
If I'm honest, this has completely thrown me off. I'll just have to do what I can as a lawyer. I guess we'll have to just retrace our steps because I think we did it in the wrong order. Poor kid. Imagine not having anyone to rely on. She's just had a tough life. Ah! Hello again, Gina.
What are you lot here for now?
To have the muzzle of that grenade launcher shoved in our faces yet again, obviously.
I think I need to improve the way you load ammunition into that thing, don't I? Look, you can come as many times as you like, but I ain't got nothing more to say to ya. Gina, I wonder if you might hear me out. There's something I'd like to say. What? I'm sorry to say that I must reluctantly bid you farewell. Farewell? Tomorrow, I must begin my journey back home, to Japan. I fear we may never meet again. Oh, right. I've had the pleasure of meeting so many lovely people here in London. I have so many wonderful memories. And yet, as things stand now, it will be a glum parting indeed. Poor Iris is so miserable. Susie. Well, that ain't my business! Both Iris and Mr. Naruhodo believe you to be innocent, Gina. They've put their faith in you, but somehow, you can't find it in your heart to put your faith in them? Yeah, that's right, I can't! What of it?
The nice thing about these games is even if you read dialogue in the wrong order, you never have to hear the dialogue all over again unless you click it yourself. Very true. That is very true.
It grieves me greatly to have to say goodbye to my friends when they are clearly so unhappy. Because of you. What? It's my fault? Yes, so I have one final request, Gina. Before our paths never cross again. Right here and now. I want you to show both of them that you don't deserve the faith they've invested in you. Only by doing that will you truly be as alone as you claim to be. What are you talking about? What do you expect me to do, eh? You've told us that everyone lies. So prove it by admitting one of your own untruths. What about what you said before, Ginny? You said something about unforgivable lies. You must tell Mr. Naruhodo and Iris the truth now. That is my last request before I leave. My last request as a judicial assistant. No, I can't. Whatever these lies are, they're obviously weighing very heavily on Gina's mind. Gina, I could be wrong, but is it something to do with what happened 2 months ago? Something about that trial? The one in which Magnus McGilded was acquitted? The case of that mysterious murder that took place inside the omnibus. You were called as a witness by the prosecution. And is that what this is about? Yeah, you're right. Because in that trial, I lied. I lied like you wouldn't believe. Will you tell us about it now? It's getting juicy, you guys. Like you said, it all happened 2 months ago. The coppers got hold of me and shoved me in the witness stand. Based on your testimony, Mr. McGilded was declared innocent. Yeah, well, the thing is, I lied about a whole bunch of stuff. I knew it. What sort of thing did you lie about? I was hiding under the seat that night. That was the truth. It was pitch black in that little cubbyhole. I couldn't see a thing. And then
I heard that loud thud, like someone fallen on the floor. And that's when Mr. McGilded discovered you. Yeah. He pulled me from under the seat and sat me next to the dead man. There weren't much light to see by, but when I looked at me and I had the cove's blood all over him. I was so scared I couldn't even speak. You had his blood on your hands? In other words, it was Gina that the witnesses on the roof deck saw through the skylight. Then Mr. McGilded started asking you questions, I suppose. Who you were, and why you were hiding under the seat. Yeah, he did, only that's not all. What do you mean? I mean, he threatened me. Threatened you how? He made me swear about what I'd seen and what I'd heard. And about what he was gonna do after the cove was found dead. He made me swear I wouldn't tell no one about any of it. If I did that, he said he'd let me scarper before the coppers showed up. Gina, you must tell me what he swore you to secrecy about. What you saw, what you heard, everything. Dang, okay. You said McGilded made you swear not to tell anybody what you saw. But you were in the pitch black compartment under the seat the whole time, weren't you? Yes, with Mr. McGilded sitting above your head, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that's true, but it was when I heard the thud of the cove hitting the floor, I let out a little scream, see, couldn't help it. McGilded heard that and dragged me out by me arm, and that's when I saw it. It was on the floor next to the old geezer, what had been stabbed. A disc, all bright and shiny. A disc? Do you mean... Yeah, that's it, the one what the D took off me at Windibanks. So the music box disc was there, on the floor of the omnibus? Not for long. McGilded had spotted it straight away. He picked it up smartish and stuffed it in his inside pocket. So that disc was in the omnibus 2 months ago at the scene of Mr. Mason's murder. And the bog trotter told me I weren't to mutter a word of it to no one. Cause it was so dark under the seat in the cab, I was straining me ears the whole time. Hello, welcome Invia. How are you? I hope you've been having a good evening. Objection! Yes, objection. We are all objecting here tonight. I hope you're doing well. After a while, I heard the door and footsteps inside the cabin. Presumably, that was Mr. McGilded getting on board. Nah, not only him. Oh. 'Cause I could definitely make out the footsteps of 2 people. In that case, it would seem likely that it was Mr. McGilded and the victim. Wait, so in that case, so it was supposed to be that I think McGilded got on first? And then he like fell asleep, right? Because I think he said that he just fell asleep and then when he woke up, that's when all of the hullabaloo was happening, right? How strange. Okay, so they came in at the same time. So of course he would have seen Mr. Mason. Oops.
For me?
Sorry. Sometimes I click my YouTube when I'm clicking through tabs to make sure I have my stream manager on and accurately counting the pre-roll off. So you'll hear weird noises. Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason. In his testimony during the trial, Mr. McGilded claimed he slept during the carriage ride. Yes, okay, here it is. But whenever I'm in a carriage, I'm taken with a fierce tiredness, and I always succumb to it. And your own testimony, Gina, supported this. All I could hear was the Irishman snoring. Yeah, that weren't exactly true. Neither of them was asleep. I could hear him talking the whole time in low voices. What? What were they talking about? Sorry, I don't know. The sound of the horses and the wheels was too loud. But that still tells us something. Mr. McGilded and the victim knew each other. I mean, we already knew that they knew each other because Mr. Mason owed McGilded money. So Mr. McGilded was lying as I suspected. I knew it weren't gonna take long before someone raised the alarm that the bloke had been killed. Yes, you were quite right. The other passengers on the roof deck noticed very quickly. So when the cab came to a stop, McGilded told me to hide back under the seat again. I climbed in and waited. The two coves from up top ran off to get the coppers. Yes, Mr. Fairplay and Mr. First. Right, and after they'd gone, McGilded asked the driver to do him a favor. A favor? Now then, fella, what I need you to do is take this coat of mine and deposit it with a nearby pawnbroker. And for your troubles, let's see now. I'll give you 10 guineas. I see, okay. A nearby pawnbroker, you mean on Baker Street? And McGilded is pretty short, so that does make sense. Yep, you got it. It was Windibanks. The coachie snapped up the money and ran off to pop this coat as fast as he could. So then there was no one left in the carriage. McGilded opened the box under the seat and let me get out of there. But not without conditions. I see. What were McGilded's conditions then? For letting you go free, I mean. Not telling a soul. Not for anything about what I saw and what I heard. And there were something else as well. There's more? Yeah, this is the most important thing, he said. I'm after sending the coachman on a little errand for me with some small change in his hand. Now then, did ye hear what I asked of him? Did ye see anything at all? At all. You asked him to go pop your weasel, right? Aye, the fiend's taken me overcoat to deposit with a pawnbroker hereabouts. And I want you, lass, to take the redemption tickets for it. Do ye understand? What? You want me to have the ticket? That's right, and I'll come fetch it from ye later. Sometime within the next 2 months. You're to hang on to it until then, is that clear? And whatever ye do, don't lose it. All right then. And in case I might happen to be delayed at all, you're to go to the pawn shop, Windibanks. So it is, and you're to extend the loan afore the 2 months is up. If you forget, the article will be forfeited and any old fiend could come along and buy it. But I ain't got that kind of brass. Here's £5, should be enough. Do we understand each other, lass? Don't try anything funny now if you go against me. Yeah, I get it. And this is why we say, eat the fucking rich. He got what he deserved. It's true. Eat the rich, everyone. I bet you they're delicious and fatty and filled with deliciousness. Good. And one more thing. In a few days from now, you'll be visited by the police, I've no doubt. The coppers?
They'll come asking you to take the stand in court, to testify as a witness. So let's just have a wee chat about that, shall we? What is it that ye might say, and what is it that ye won't? After he'd gone over it all, I piked it, got as far away from there as I could. He hid the pawnbroker's ticket in some bushes near the scene. I went to fetch it the next day once it got dark.
So McGilded planned it and coerced Gina into giving false testimony. Oh, Gina, getting into things much bigger than you or I should ever get into.
I bet you're ready to string me up, eh?
I lied. In that big old courtroom, I told some corkers.
The thing is, he said he would make it so we couldn't live in the East End no more. That's what he threatened me with. What a wicked man. He knew everything what went on in the back slums. He knew we had no one to look after us, and we was all just looking out for each other, getting by. So you mean Mr. McGilded would have? In an heartbeat, he could have had a lot of us chased out of there if he'd wanted. And then where could we have gone, eh? Nowhere. That's where. So I didn't have no choice.
Thank you, Gina, for telling us everything.
But I'm for it now, eh? Go on, admit it. You must be livid.
Well, you can make amends by doing me a simple favor.
A favor? What?
Sign the representation papers for tomorrow's trial.
Huh?
If you don't actually want me to represent you in court, you can rip it up later. But we need that paperwork or we can't investigate. The police won't let us.
Investigate what?
The scene of the incident last night. Mr. Sholmes was shot, you see. Just refilling my water. Sorry about that.
You what? Early's having a big operation right now, Ginny. Is it bad? Is he gonna be alright?
Sholmes is gonna be alright, right? That's why I want to investigate. For Mr. Sholmes' sake as much as anything.
Right. So what you're saying is, if I sign that bit of paper, everyone's happy, is that it?
Something like that. Miss Susato?
Yes, of course. I have the representation papers here. I don't need no one to stick up for me, though. No lawyer, nothing. Poor Ginny, she seems so lonely.
Well, at least this should mean we can investigate the scene at Windibanks now.
Yes, and perhaps we can come back to visit Ginny when we're done there.
I feel like we finally cracked Gina. She's opened up to us at last, and now I have her representation papers. No one else knows just what a responsibility that is. Anyway, for now it means Inspector Gregson can't stop us investigating at Windibanks. Although, something tells me he's not going to be happy about it. Okay, this is actually probably a good place to pause for tonight. Let me move over, turn the music back on here. All right. Wow, we learned a lot. We finally learned more about the weird third case. So I guess we'll see what happens next, but this has all been very eye-opening. So Susato-san is leaving the next day. Gina's trial is also the next day. Sholmes has been shot. Something about the manuscript is available. Like somehow Susato-san saw the manuscript that was not supposed to be seen by anyone. And how does Iris's father play into all of this? And it's not a coincidence, right, that Dr. Wilson, because I think you guys said like that mystery continues into the next game. But did Kazuma know anything about this? There's so many questions. And I just know Van Zeeks is gonna come out of his retirement or his like I don't even know, his vacation just to stand trial with us. It's gonna happen. All right, you guys. So today is actually the last day I'm streaming here on this channel until April. Just a reminder, on Thursday, so Wednesday is a rest day, so no stream. Thursday, I will be collabing with Kohai. Again, it's this here. Please give him a follow so when he goes live, you guys can see the go live on Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Mountain time. I will be coaching him on how to play through the Jump King map. Please give him a follow. Please come and chat, because I think if he sees a lot of you guys from my community coming through, you know, it just gives me more credence in collabing with others, and it's like a mutual thing, right? Like I'm not like I think he's really cool. I'm not collabing with him just because I think he has a lot of like, you know, followers or whatever. I really like his content. He's like a really chill creator. I feel like the only thing I have is like chill vibes. So that's all I have to offer. But if you guys come and you guys support me and support him, I think that, you know, it's like an exchange. Our communities are, you know, interacting with each other, and that would be fun, I think, to see you guys there, chat with you guys, chat with his community and him as well. All right, you guys, after that, I will be gone to Germany for a week and a couple days. So I won't be back until like April 2nd, really April 3rd. I don't know if I'll stream April 3rd. We'll see. I'm probably going to take a big long rest day, but I might do something. Who knows? But I will be active on Twitter. So if you want to see my tweets, if you want to see the pictures that I take of the food I eat, the scenes that I see, definitely give me a follow on Twitter. I will be active there for the week that I am not streaming. Who is on right now? Who can we say hello to and send everyone off to? I might not be here this Thursday, so it's nice to be here. See you in the next couple of weeks. Of course, Action. Thank you so much for always coming by. I really appreciate it. We have Lana playing Final Fantasy VII. Annie is playing something called Clubhouse Games. Oh, Leia Bella is doing a Just Chatting. I know, they originally came in when we were playing Raid Ace Attorney, if I'm not mistaken, and we haven't had a chance to raid back. So I think we should drop by, see her, say hello. She's doing a Just Chatting stream, so it might be just chill. I haven't really had a chance to catch her live yet, so I don't really know what kind of content we'll see. Oh, it looks like she's doing Minecraft. So I do apologize if it isn't exactly what we're used to. It's like, it might not be the same vibes, but let's go say hi to a new friend. She did raid me before, and I do just want to return the favor and sit in stream. I'm gonna do some skincare while I watch her. And yeah, come join me, say hello. She looks like she's still super new, so I think it'll be great to have people come in and say hi. Okay? If you're a subscriber, go ahead and copy the emotes with the corgi saying hi and the Evermarch. If you don't have a subscription, you are still welcome to join with a raid message using the follower emotes. That one is just the global Twitch emotes that everyone can use. Any announcements? I think that's everything. I've already kind of mentioned my schedule for the next 2 weeks. So let's start the raid. Raid to Leia Bella. As always, you guys, please be happy, please be healthy, but most of all, please be kind. Be kind to others because you never know what a smile, hug, or hello can do for someone who's having a bad day. And be kind to yourselves. Stay hydrated. Make sure you're getting up and stretching your legs, especially if you are going to be doing any air travel. Blood clots can be seriously damaging when you are air traveling, just because I think you don't have, like, I don't know why, but apparently deep vein thrombosis is a much bigger concern on planes. Alright, you guys, I love you, my puppies. I can't wait to see you on Thursday in Kohai's stream, but if not, I will see you guys all later in like 2 weeks. Alright, I love you. I'll see you all later. Good night. Bye.